I'm putting it in your hands because it's too much for me to stress and worry about. If I meant to kill a deer today, you'll let me in. It's in your hands. It's in your control.
What is up, everybody? It is November 26th. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and I have your Northwest Indiana Whitetail Rut Report. I haven't been out in the woods. Obviously, I tagged out November 4th, so still have a doe tag. Haven't got to Ohio yet. I don't want to kind of impose or step on anybody's feet, so I've stayed out of the woods. Amber's been chasing some bucks. I did go with a friend of mine, Craig, from Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana. I went one day with him. I knew a place where some bucks like to lock down at, but we got in there, saw a few deer, but nothing, no bucks. So that being said, here's your Northwest Indiana Whitetail Rut Report. As we close out Thanksgiving week and roll into the post-rut grind on public land, this is the point in the season where the easy deer are gone. And only the hunters who truly understand late November deer behavior are still punching tags. The overall rut phase snapshot. We are firmly in the late rut phase, right on the line between post-lockdowns and early secondary rut. Here's what that means. Most mature bucks have broken out of lockdown. Does that weren't bred during the first cycle will come back in around December 5th to the 12th, bringing a short, sharp burst of daylight activity. Right now, bucks are tired, lean, and conserving energy, but they'll still check known doe groups, just not with the intensity of earlier November. This is a transition window, and the guys that understand that shift are the ones still killing mature bucks. The buck behavior right now, the mature bucks are covering ground. Depending on your deer density, peak rut, they might not have moved very far. And right now they're traveling, they're searching, they're looking for does. You're gonna get a little more daylight movement now than you will here in a couple weeks. Then that'll kick back in towards the middle of December, I tend to think. I would focus on leeward edges, south facing ridges, thick thermal cover, edge habitat with browse. And these bucks are hungry. Food trumps everything right now. 2-year-olds still going to be showing some rut activity, chasing on and off throughout the day, vulnerable to calling still. So you can get in there and rattle and grunt, probably get a 2-year-old to come in. The yearlings will practically be running on energy drinks and testosterone, and hope for that matter, chasing anything that twitches. The does are going to be regrouping into their normal late fall patterns, bedding closer to food, staying in tighter groups, avoiding open timber due to pressure, and working predictable travel routes again. This is where you really want to get into your savanna grasses, your native grasses, start looking at CRP real heavy this time of year. There's going to be very high pressure around access points and parking lots on public. The midweek pressure is decent and weekends are kind of hammered. We're getting into the last weekend of gun season here in Indiana. It's supposed to be pretty cold, plus it's Thanksgiving weekend. I wouldn't expect too many people out there, but we got a drop in temps, which is going to get better movement. The pressure is going to be rising. So starting tomorrow, it's going to be between 0.3 or 30.3 and 30.2 and rising, which is ideal. That's the sweet spot. What else? Windy days. The deer are going to be pushing low into thick cover. Cut corn, look for soybeans. Acorns, found a place where some red acorns are up under the leaves. I know that they'll stay good till February sometimes, depending on the weather. The browse edges are going to get hit hard. Your success depends on getting between food and bedding, really. Hunt midday, the most underrated window of the entire rut, tail end, and tired bucks make quiet moves at that time. So where cut corn meets thick bedding is probably going to be money. The pressure is going to push the mature bucks. It's going to push them into nasty small thickets, drainage right below the access roads, and then your low swampy cover. There's going to be little humps other hunters walk past. You're going to look for those tiny spots. I know a lot of these guys that hunt same general area I tend to hunt sometimes. We deal with a lot of pheasant hunters. We've seen those pheasant hunters walk right past deer, and those deer just lay there and hide. So keep that in mind. If you are going to call, little grunts, one blind doe bleed every hour, something like that. Rattling's going to lose its effectiveness, but you can still stick with grunting. But where the does are, be where the does are, not where the bucks were. Forget old rub lines, forget old scrapes, and find the girls is all you got to do. So keep that in mind. What to expect the next 7 days: cooler temps, increased daylight activity. Bucks refresh their scrapes before the secondary rut after this storm. Evening hunts near food sources will improve, and a surprise mature buck made daylight as he tries to recover lost weight. And be looking for him to chase does. I have very good reason to believe in my area they're going to be chasing through January. It's not going to be thick and heavy like it was 2 weeks ago, but they're still going to be cruising and looking for them does. So thank you guys for watching, and if you don't mind, if this helps you guys, hit that like and subscribe button. My Final thoughts for the weekend. You know, this is the grinders week, not the at-rip. Don't get excited. The flashy rut action is gone, but the most predictable hunting of the season is right here. So pressure pushes deer into patterns. Food dictates movement. Dictates movement, and the bucks that made it this far are finally settling back into killable situations. So stay patient, stay mobile, and hunt where other people won't. Later. Peace.